Aha, yes, boys and girls. The familiar sounds of copyright-free music and the good old engine purring from the car. This can only be Peruse. And welcome to the SkyLounge podcast, episode number 309, in the shadow of the 2020 Valley. Peruse. And today is December 31st, 2020. For most of you, the same fucking basic phrase has been repeated over and over again. Can't wait till this year's finally over. Brr. This year sucked. 2020 is the worst. Brr. That's why I can't fucking stand you goddamn normies, man. In my eyes, 2020 has been the best, most meme-ful year in our existence. At least in my lifetime, my existence. And that's not a long time, boys and girls. 29 years on this planet. I gotta tell you, this year has been pretty fucking special. And you know what? A lot of people, when they are faced with adversities, all these chaotic elements in their lives, they falter, they get scared, they get a little bitchy. And I look and I laugh. Remember when the pandemic initially started around March? Right? When Wuhan was supposed to be this innocent fucking place. And all the Democrats like, get on in there. Come on down to Wuhan, Chinatown, whatever. China is cool, man. They are not suspicious at all. Like, no dipshit. That's not the right approach here. But around the initial time when this pandemic was starting, pandemic was really kicking into gear, you had all these fucking people complaining about not being able to go out. And listen, the reality of this pandemic, and aptly named pandemic because this shit was all planned by goddamn elitist New World Order piece of shit pedophiles. A lot of you motherfuckers have been just griping and bitching and moaning that this isn't fair. You know, you got a life to live. And you know, in the initial 3 or 4 weeks, I didn't mind just being locked down. I was like, cool, man. I don't have to fucking see people. Most people annoy the shit out of me anyways. So I'm in solitude, I'm in peace. But after, you know, the initial phase or whatever have you, you know, whatever false goddamn bullshit they need to feed you to keep you comfortable, I thought, no, dude, this doesn't make any fucking sense, okay? Especially here in Las Vegas, Southern Nevada. When you look at the numbers from the Southern Nevada Health District and the way, and I've said this multiple times, the way they contextualize the numbers and the way they put these ambiguous parameters to politicize this fucking thing, it's disgusting. And Governor Steve Sisolak sits at the top of communist bullshit where this Bolshevik cocksucker uses false information and misinterprets data intentionally to continue lockdowns for, good Lord, it's been 9 months now, 9 fucking months, and your economy is plummeting. Mental health issue has been a fucking key thing for goddamn everywhere and anyone, really, right? But this fucking cocksucker keeps ignoring. And he's not the only one. He's not the only one. God damn it, look at California. Look at Washington. And look at fucking Oregon, dude. What a goddamn shit show. And don't even get me started on New York. But as frustrated as I am, and I know a lot of the times I will say something and it can come off as a little bit paradoxical, a little bit hypocritical, but you know, after that initial part of, okay, cool, we're gonna take it easy on this pandemic and not do shit and just gonna set aside, I can abide by that because I'm an antisocial fuck. But when you get down to this point of, all right, after this initial 2-4 weeks, we're gonna continue this shit, close down the economy, continue to have businesses operating at under optimal capacity. And again, if you live in Las Vegas, all right, and you're a casino worker, and I've actually read certain comments from Las Vegas employees who are defending this lockdown shit. Like, no, motherfucker, you're the rare people who are employed And you're saying that shit of, oh, continue the lockdown because you have financial security, right? You're not thinking about the other people out there. You're not thinking about the millions of people out there who are actually getting fucked over because of this thing. And of course, it's not just in Las Vegas, man. I mainly point out Las Vegas is because I live here, of course. And man, operating a hotel at 25% capacity is basically asking for suicide in a city that is more or less involved around commercialism, geez, everything is revolved around commercialism. But in terms of travel, tourism, that's what Las Vegas's economy is primarily based on. And to suggest that, hey, we're operating at 25% capacity or 50% capacity is a smart idea. Like, what kind of fucking brain dead retard are you? Have you never taken a fucking business class before, you dumb fuck? Have you ever taken a basic arithmetic class before, Sisolak, you dumb fucking idiot? And you know what? I bet fucking money that Steve Sisolak is a piece of shit fucking pedophile, like most of those goddamn Democrat scums. And you know what? I'll include some goddamn Republicans in there too. Cocksuckers like Mitch McConnell, who we fucking know is a goddamn pedophile at this point, right? Him, Chief Justice Roberts, like, there's so many fucking Republicans in name only that I know for a fucking fact with the way they behave, the way they ostracize Trump, the way they fucking glom onto mainstream media, I know those motherfuckers are goddamn pedophiles. You can't hide that shit, motherfucker. And you know what? You think the courts are always in your favor? And all this fucking loophole you do to just suppress down families and just destroy lives? I would love to see all these fucking elitist politicians hang by the neck. And you know what? I don't think that's a fucking act of violence. I'm not actually, inciting an act of aggression here. I'm not forcing anybody to do anything. What I am saying is, personally, I would absolutely enjoy watching a fucker like Mitch McConnell, a dipshit like Joe Biden, a goddamn cocksucker, a literal cocksucker like Kamala Harris, Nancy Pelosi, who's that fat goddamn black bitch, Stacey Abrams, any of those fucking pieces of shit, I would actually love to watch hanging by their fucking neck on a very tight noose. Man, relax that fucking 8th Amendment, baby. Bring back cruel and unusual punishment, especially for these politician scumbags, who intentionally misinterpret information for the purposes of control. Psychological control. This is exactly what's been happening for the entirety of this year. 2020, man. And you know what? Not proven, of course, but my wild theory is that Kobe Bryant was really the fucking catalyst to get this year going. And potentially, he was murdered. And maybe he was actually, part of, known accepting sacrifice because, Hollywood people are fucking weird. And yeah, I understand that, I'm bad-mouthing Kobe Bryant, my favorite basketball player of all time. A man, because of his words, his actions, I developed my own personal philosophy of, adopting Mamba mentality into my own perspective and my own bowl, right? In this old trough, so to speak. But you got to learn to cast your emotions aside. This idea of detachment really helps you understand the truth and potential truths out there. You can't limit yourself. You shouldn't limit yourself. Problem is, you have these politicians who don't limit themselves into acts of tyranny, which we've seen in full view, man. Like, politicians can't hide the shit anymore. It's kind of laughable when they try to. And I just look in damn confusion, like, whoa, what the fuck are these goddamn people doing when the public eye isn't blind anymore? Especially in the age of information technology and social media, nothing's really private. Albeit you now have big tech working to do everything in their power to censor and block off. And I've had my fair share of this experience with Twitter, with Instagram, Facebook, And you know, shout out to Parler. I don't use as much as I would like to, but with Parler, what I actually do appreciate is no censorship on election shit. And most of the times when I post something, it's mostly memes, mostly just really shitty fucking video edits that I put together. But the act of censorship all but tells and confirms to me that you are fearful of free speech. And I've said this multiple times, and I still stick to this idea that censorship is the gateway to communism. Like, it straight up is. The way shit is censored nowadays, and I don't mean, you know, don't fucking censor shit that's, you know, obscene and disgusting. Like, dude, socially dismissible things like pedophilia shit, yeah, no, fucking censor that shit. Never let that shit see the light of day. If you see a fucking pedophile, you should castrate the fuck out of them and make them a government slave. I've said that. I still hold to that stance very strongly. And man, the thing is, like, when you get to this point, and when we get to this point of arguing for, you know, what to censor, what not to censor, and we can't lay a foundation of what's generally, you know, really bad, which I always say rape, murder, pedophilia, and other crimes. Like, if any of that shit comes into the fucking radar, it's a no-no. It's a fucking no-no. Censor it, get rid of it. It's a fucking prohibited shit. Fuck that, right? But other than that, have at it. When I say free speech, you should say and be allowed to say racial slurs, no matter what fucking color you are. I don't care. And this idea of let's act on violence, let's incite violence because some person said a certain word that offends a group. It's like, no, motherfucker, that is the dumbest thing you could do. It only proves that whatever group they're making fun of, like, you're nothing but a slave to your emotions. I'll give you a perfect example while we reminisce about this interesting year in 2020, where I feel if it's a weird time where I feel the stupid people are emboldened to take dumbass actions without any repercussion. And it all ties into what I saw on a video clip a day or two ago of the Twisted Tea incident in a fucking liquor store or a fucking bodega. I don't goddamn know. But it's this drunk white dude being egged on to say the N-word by a black dude who I honestly thought he was like biracial. Just for the video, I honestly thought he was a biracial dude. But, you know, the biracial man, or let's say Pac for person of color. So this Pac keeps goading the white man into saying the N-word. And lo and behold, drunk white man, I don't know, I guess because he's drunk, probably, drops the N-word, and Pac gets a Twisted Tea can, bashes the man, and there's this rightful indignation about this cunt, and it's like, both of you are fucking assholes. Both of you are fucking assholes. First of all, the drunk idiot. Dude, why would you put yourself in that situation in the first place? I get it, you're drunk. But dude, if you're gonna drink, all right, let's just say this shit right now. If you're gonna drink, kids, be smart about it. Be smart about it. What the fuck? Do I have to lecture you motherfuckers on this shit? Like, be smart about drinking, kids. Okay? Don't put yourself in shitty situations when you're drinking. Like, if you're drinking goddamn shots, don't be in a dilapidated fucking bar with goddamn pimps and goddamn shitty people. Or don't go get fucking drunk and you're pale as shit and walk into the most liberal fucking shitty racist neighborhood where black people get fucking riled up when you just say a word. And now I get it. The N-word has a lot of historical precedence. There's a lot of emotional value to it. But I ask you this, okay? Without dropping the word, because no, Jesus Christ, YouTube's gonna fucking kill me when that shit happens. Why are you letting one word define who you are? Why are you letting one word define who you are? Why are you letting that one word emotionally manipulate you to the point of acting like a primitive idiot? but you shouldn't incite violence on people who deserve it. That man just said a word. Did he rape your mom? Did he fuck your kid? Did he go into your house and steal your shit? No. He just said the N-word and you dropped him with a twisted tea can. Like, you're a cunt, dude. You're an emotional retarded cunt who gets triggered by the N-word. Dude, kill yourself. And you know what's unfortunate? Because I feel the majority of people in this society, in this age of social media, they operate like this cunt. You say one fucking bad word, you wouldn't say one goddamn racial slur that emotionally tugs at the guy's heartstrings, you can act on violence. It's a free pass. No, it's bullshit. That's fucking bullshit. You can use your words, assholes. Yeah. Did you know that common discourse requires you to use your words? Yeah. To get your points across? Yeah. Yeah. Surprise! That's how conversations are had. But Jesus fucking Christ. You got all these goddamn dipshits getting all up in their fucking feelings. Oh, he said the N-word. Oh my God, he's making fun of Asians. Who cares? Who fucking cares? I certainly don't. You know what? And it's this whole tired thing where I know a lot of people don't believe me when I say this, but I just genuinely do not give a shit about race, politics, and religion. I don't. I do not care. Those are on the fucking bottom of my priority when living life. Because there's other things you can fucking worry about all goddamn day. Things that you can control, right? And certainly, your own politics, religion, you can control. Your race and things, you can't fucking control that shit. Leave that shit out. And when I say that, it's such a fucking astrophysics concept for people. When I say, listen, your race does not matter. It does not fucking define who you are. It doesn't solely define who you are. It's only one small piece in the 2,000 piece fucking puzzle of you. But no, man. No. Not how 2020 works, right? Every goddamn dipshit, every goddamn mainstream slave, every goddamn pedo with celebrity will tell you, will fucking force you into this thought process of, you are only this fucking category. If you're gay, you gotta operate like this. If you're black, you gotta operate like this. If you're Asian, you gotta operate like this. If you're white, you are the fucking embodiment of sin and everything wrong in this world. No! That's not how this shit works, motherfucker! And it's these same fucking people. It's these same fucking insufferable group of goddamn normies who will get offended if I say the word normies. Right? That's how this shit works. You motherfuckers will constantly push this talk of, oh, thank God 2020 is over. 2020 is the worst year. You motherfuckers don't know hardship. When hardship slapped you in the face, all you motherfuckers cried. You fucking kneeled down. You put the wool on yourselves and called yourselves obedient sheeps. You fuckers all make me sick, man. And it's crazy, because in the time and year of chaos, in the darkest part of what people would think is humanity's existence at this point, I found the light. It's weird, and not in the fucking religious sense of, oh, God, we're gonna put our lives in this van and this freaking this ridiculous shit, because we have no idea what to do with our lives, and we have no actual concepts or accepting of the concept of death. Like, what? Dude, go fuck yourself. No. Like, red pilling and just waking the fuck up this year has been absolutely incredible, man. I will admit, though, I've lost a lot of acquaintances down the way. Not in terms of death, right? But in terms of deadwood fucking acquaintances where Majority of our conversations weren't going to go anywhere with you motherfuckers. Let's be real, right? I only have a handful of people that I actually trust in my life, that I actually give a shit about, that actually care about what they do and what they think about me. But that's about maybe less than 5% of people in my life. And it's a wonderful thing, prioritization and compartmentalizing, detachment. All these things really help you out. And, you know, I would recommend people, you know, red pill yourself, and whatever truth you seek, it's not left up to me to give to you. It's not. And I say this now to anybody and everybody who's willing to listen. I mean, I'll give you breadcrumbs, certainly. I'm more than happy to share and give information, because information shouldn't come at a cost. It should be free, right? What's weird is it's within the confines of this year that I'm slowly getting a better picture of myself. I'm slowly getting a much more focused idea of what I am, who I am. And it's a terrifying idea, kids, when, you know, self-actualization, you know, self-loving, not in the masturbation sense, but, you know, really trying to understand your flaws, your strength. It's a process, man, but it's worth it. It's not easy. It doesn't happen overnight. And I'm not saying right now by any means that we're perfect. No, that's ridiculous. That's egotistical of me to try to fucking think and say. But 2020 has been, if anything, the first step in my personal evolution. And I, for one, say 2020 has been, in my lifetime, the greatest year ever. And I don't want anyone taking that away from me. I don't let anyone take that away from me. Because if someone tells me, you know, like a fucking casual normie that they are, like, 2020 sucked. Oh my God, I can't wait till 2021. It's not like the advent and fucking things that happen in 2020 gets automatically erased into the fucking next year. New year, new me. That's not how that shit works, motherfucker. The flow of time is just linear and constant, right? It keeps going. You don't fucking erase the shit from the back. It continues, it flows inwards. Like, what the fuck, man? It's crazy when the idiot has to explain shit and break shit down. This is when you know. This is when you know society is fucked. And motherfucker, I'm here from the darkness to fucking blind your ass, fucking solar flare style, and get you motherfuckers' eyes open, man. That's my intention. Whether it be one person, 2 people, 10 people, 10,000, I don't care. Set this on Twitch, I've set this on YouTube, set this on any social media platform that I got, boys and girls. And you know I am pretty consistent about this. Numbers do not matter. Numbers do not fucking matter in my eyes. It's about the message. It's about my philosophy. It's about the spirit of what I want to tell you folks, what I want to express every day, right? And I'm not going to fucking pretend I'm right all the time. What the fuck? I can't do that, man. I can't live in that ego headspace anymore, man. I still do from time to time with certain subjects, but, you know, nowadays I kind of allow myself to relax that shit. Well, you know, be lenient on the assumption. Like, yo, man, you don't know everything. Calm the fuck down. Like, there are smarter motherfuckers than you, clearly. And this comes full circle when we talk about sports, right? Shit, I mean, I'm a sports ball fan. I claim to be like a huge soccer fan, you know, huge hockey fan and all that. But in the midst and conversation of between experts, I know that I'm nothing. I'm a casual. I'm a filthy casual. So always a place to learn, always a place to grow. And I think it's really this year that's taught me that in stride. And I'm eternally grateful for all the circumstances that led to this year happening. Glad I'm alive. Which is weird, right? I mean, but dude, no one really says the most basic blessing that they got in life. Jesus Christ, I just saw a Joker bitch. What the fuck? Some bitch was just full makeup and Joker face. What the fuck? This bitch had fucking pale goddamn white face. Oh my God, that was terrifying. I just lost my train of thought just looking at that shit. Oh my God. It's like shitty Harley Quinn. But it's funny because the Harley Quinn movie was the last Peter Wood film that I actually watched in theaters. You didn't watch Tenet? I thought you were a Christopher Nolan fan. No. They want to deal with the peasantry of buying tickets, doing all that shit, going to the theaters, conversing with people. But shitty movies aside, I mean, which honestly should mark how hilarious 2020 was. Like, majority in all movies were pretty fucking trash. But man, if you buckle down and red-pilled yourself, spiritual enlightenment this year has been, I would say, the most fruitful of any. I mean, I've never really red-pilled myself, obviously. Maybe in certain topics, certain regards, but you never fully allowed yourself for truth. I mean, it is a world of a difference, kids. It is. And I keep throwing this ambiguous word, truth, and I will tell you that my truth came in the form of realizing, understanding that the celebrity culture that has been sown into the depths of this society, American society, is founded on pedophilia. And yeah, there's nothing admirable about Hollywood. There's nothing admirable about politicians. There's nothing admirable about people who murder, rape, and commit pedophilia. And that truth, for me personally, opened up a lot of fucking things in my headspace. And that's what the truth is, man. Like, as I said, I mean, it's your own piece of seeking out, things in the universe. And whether it be some earthly shit like me, where I had to kind of assess that out, I mean, it's up to you. Finding the truth is up to you. I can't help you. I can only give you breadcrumbs. And certainly, I've done my decent fair share of research this year. And it's only because, I mean, it was around June when we really decided to open ourselves up to the red pill process. And I gotta be honest, I mean, if you give me a full year of this, of honest research, seeking truths, by this time next year, I don't know where we're gonna be in terms of the step of our evolution, right? I mean, obviously nothing is guaranteed, nothing is for sure, but I would want to, get to another echelon of enlightenment and understanding. And maybe that comes at a cost. Obviously, this year for me, I mean, I would tell you that the detachment philosophy really cut a lot of the emotions out of me. A lot of the feelings and normie shit that I felt last year, perhaps, all that's gone. Majority of that's gone, and I'm kind of shocked in a certain way, because it feels like the whole idea of dying on the inside, like I can actually feel it now. Like I don't feel anything majority of this, but it's just basic phrases where it caught me off guard, right? Dead inside. And I didn't agree with it, because as seemingly empty as you feel and kind of have this stasis of emotions, right? I would tell you that no, it's not completely dead inside. I mean, dead would be just no life, no resuscitation, you're done. I would tell you it's kind of like a phoenix, where it's a constant death life cycle, where my emotions for certain things or something will probably die off, and I won't care, I won't feel anything. But there are certain things, there are certainly different aspects of life where I know my emotional wavelength is all over the fucking place. And I gotta tell you, man, like that was really kind of understood within the context of this year. And I tell everybody that 2020 is gonna go down as my favorite year in living memory. And no matter what the future holds from this point out, we just have to keep going. We just have to keep going. And I know there's a lot of you out there who aren't the fucking normies, who aren't the goddamn cum-guzzling fucking idiots, who maybe want to hear something optimistic, who maybe within this time of uncertainty and this time of pessimism wants to hear some bit of good news. And I'll give you some fucking honest truth about this shit. Okay? About this year. 2020 should be a fucking test. To see. Come on, go. It should be a fucking test, if anything, of who's got the balls to live in the apocalypse. Majority of you failed. Pretty fucking miserably, I might add. Most of you fucking failed. The apocalypse happens, most of you are fucked. But it's not too late, man. Not as in, 2020. I mean, this shit's gonna be over real soon. I mean, by chronological standards, right? Time-wise. But no, in terms of your pathway to spiritual enlightenment, existential enlightenment, seeking of truths, your journey only begins, my son or my daughter, whatever. Fuck you. Whatever goddamn bastard child you are of mine. Yeah. Just know that 2020 is only a start, man. It's only a catalyst to get you to where you're going to be. At least for me, it was. Still is. And I love 2020, man. I do. No one else is going to tell you that. No one else is honest enough to say that. But 2020, it's been the most enlightening shit ever. And I'll tell you, tomorrow in 2021, we're going to have a new podcast episode out. I'm going to rank some of my most favorite moments of the year 2020. Maybe a top 20, maybe a top 10. Who the fuck knows, based on how I list it out. But yeah, I know with the podcast, I've been kind of inconsistent with the dates, and I'm trying to figure out a more effective release schedule, a more efficient release schedule. As of right now, just know we got this episode on the 31st. We have another episode out on January 1st. And I think I'm going to go ahead and have another episode churning up here for the weekend. So boys and girls, that'll do it for me. If you can, go ahead and follow me at the SC.Y Lounge. All the links in the description below. And man, I still don't have a fucking outro during the cruise Peruse. Oh, we're going to fix all this shit up, kids. Right? New year, new me. No, more like revolving process, revolving and evolving process of trying to figure shit out. Things going wrong majority of times, and yeah, it's going to be a constant effort. I'm going to keep getting my ass kicked, but I'll be back, kids. I will be back. So, till next time, fuck off.